chance again. What do you got to say, buddy? Oh, yeah. Soak in the glory, Panda. Soak it in, buddy. Soak it in the joy. Feeling it. Loving it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, damas and caballeros, warrior fans around the multiverse, welcome to Gary Lamm Main Event Mania Warriors NBA Championship, soaking in the glory, drinking in the joy. Special edition. The Warriors are NBA champions again for the fourth time in 8 years. The parade was Monday. Me and Panda, we were chilling at the beach, man, because we were just soaking it in. We looked for Klay Thompson's hat, but it is at the bottom of the ocean with Davy Jones' locker. Could not find it, but you know what we found? We didn't find nothing. We were just chilling, bro. We didn't need to find anything. We just enjoy each other's company. It's like, I'm going to enjoy your company. I feel you right now in my heart. So many things to say. Like I said, Warriors, 4 championships, 8 years. And throughout the whole playoffs, my mindset was just, this might happen. Let's just let it ride, enjoy it. One of the most enjoyable playoff experiences I've ever had. I really enjoyed this one. This was really cool. I wasn't well, I guess I was overly hyped about some things, but hey, Celtics gave me a scare. But we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna review the finals. I'm not buying that Boston choked. We'll talk about that. A lot of talk about Kevin Durant. This always happens. Could the Warriors have won without Kevin Durant? Could Kevin Durant have won without the Warriors? The answer is no, no, and yes, and yes. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Warriors free agency if we have time. But first, I got to say thank you. Thank you, number one. Joe in Pacifica. He was working the Warriors parade, or actually somewhere inside Chase Center. Yeah, Warriors. Thanks, Joe. We had some beers. We were at the Taqueria in Pacifica. Joe, thank you for this. Just talking some ball. You make friends talking ball. I had just too much social anxiety built up inside of me. I would explode if I was out the parade. If Klay Thompson would have tackled me, I might have suplexed him out of love. All right. What else did I get from Joe? All right. Thank you, Joe. Random. You meet cool people talking about sports. Next, thank you to my friends at Glam. Haven't talked wrestling a lot, or at least a lot of national or pro wrestling. But I love me some Bay Area indie wrestling. I want to say thank you to my friends at Glam, to those who did interviews with me. If you didn't catch those, you can catch them on YouTube, on Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania, or Instagram, Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania. And I'm going to go down the list. I don't want to miss anybody. Anyone who would take the time to give me the time of day, I have to thank you. So I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. And I want to make sure I get. If you have a new name, I know some of the people I follow, some of the great wrestlers or indie wrestlers that are awesome enough to work around the Bay Area. They have different names, but thank you so much for giving interviews to me, starting with Alejandro Grande, also known as Mighty Myra, Aaliyah Mia Sweets, or Aaliyah Sweets, Aaliyah Garcia, all of you, same person, thank you so much. And the Glampian, Brittany Wonder, thank you so much for giving me interviews. Glamour Awakening. It was that was 6/14/22. Seems like forever ago. The first time Glam was back in Oakland since the vid hit us. Celebration of women's wrestling. Support women's wrestling. I wish I could have talked to more people. There was a lot of cool people there. I definitely recommend the Brittany Wonder Sandra Mood matchup. You can watch that. It was a heck of a matchup for the championship. Thank you for the interviews. I wish I could have talked to more people, but you know what? My getaway driver was spooked out by the police presence. We had nothing to worry about. We're having a good time in Oakland. But you know what? When you're not driving, hey, you know what? You take what you get. So thank you very much to my friends there. Special thank you. And then, on, what date was it? June 12th? Well, I was getting around. There had to be another date for the, over here. Oh, I thought I had it all together. I don't. What day was, now I have to check these other dates out here. Anyway, 2 weeks ago I was at the Glam. Me, I never know what day it is, I'll blame the margaritas. But, last Saturday, was that last, whatever the 12th was, 6/12/22, I was at the San Jose Taco and Margarita Festival. Tremendous event, tremendous indie wrestling. Really had a great time. I really enjoyed the Battle Royal. That was probably my favorite match. And I want to thank all the wrestlers who took time to talk to me. And I got to say this. You know who I talk to? I'm the damn show, right? But I talk to people who are hella cool. And of all athletes, wrestlers are so cool. So, and if you don't like that I dig wrestling, it's tremendous athletes, cool people to talk to. And I do want to apologize too. 'Cause I was, it was a margarita festival. I'll drink a little bit. You talk to a wrestler, they'll save the damn interview. All right. So I want to say thank you. I got to get to the Warriors. In no particular order. JTG, Jay the God, thank you very much for the interview. Jordan Blue, haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for the interview. Brandon Humphrey, oh my, tremendous battle royal. So many stars in that event. One of the best battle royals I've seen live. Really had a heck of a time just watching that event. Just tremendous battle royal. And, sometimes these guys they got a rough, the rough way about them. But man, Brandon Humphrey's one of my favorites. I called him Bobby Humphrey. Totally blew it. He get it straight. We got it together. Saved the interview. Cool guy. Sorry. And again, Aaliyah Mia Garcia. I knew her as Mia Sweets. Another person coming up gave another interview with Alton Story, the man with the golden voice, the voice of East Bay Pro Wrestling. Really had a good time. Always cool. The world's freshest tag team. I've been watching them for a while. Deidre Fresh, Alpha Zoe. They had a nice match with worst memory in the world. They had a nice match with Rito Scum. How could I forget? Thank you very much. Surza, one of my favorites, man. One of the best heels around. That guy's going places. I always say a lot about Surza. Charisma. I started watching Charisma as a ring announcer the first time I saw her in action on a big stage. She had a nice tag team matchup. She was tagged with Jordan Blue versus Kimberly Diamond. And who else? It was, I'm blanking. Christina Von Eerie. What a match! She took a beating from Von Eerie. Charisma really took a beating from Von Eerie and Kimberly Diamond. Those women are rough, but she hung in there, and man, Jordan Blue came saved the day. So Good job, Kimberly. So happy to see you. Mike Shoop! Like, Dan, I had a nice interview with Mike Shoop and Kimberly Diamond. Two of the most interesting people you want to meet. Just thank you so much, you guys. Kenny K, the last spine bender. Thank you very much. I had to brush up on my German when I talked to Kenny K. Bolo Watts, man, he was out there. This guy, I didn't know this guy was a Red Wings fan. This guy's in the Shark Tank wearing a Red Wings jersey. Thank you, Bolo Watts. DLA, he don't have to talk to nobody, but he chose to talk to me. Thank you very much. I said this guy, he doesn't need friends. He makes alliances. Nice to see him in the Battle Royal. DLA, thank you very much. Continue watching your career. Oh, I met a new, I think it's Ugwa. The voice of Ugwa, Philip Antoine. It was really loud, and that was like my last margaritas. Philip Antoine, really cool guy. Great meeting you. I met Gil Villagran. I may have seen him referee somewhere around. It was a lot of noise out there, but you guys were patient with me. Thank you so much. I interviewed him with, thank you, Gil. Thank you, Philip. Great meeting you, gentlemen. I'll be rooting for you guys to come up. I saw Juicy Finau in that same interview. First time I got a chance to talk to him, I was messing up so bad. Juicy saved the interview. Interviews with all these friends. Thank you, Juicy. You got a voice. You got a heart. And you go in places. I think so. I think you're already at places. Alex Ace, 7 feet tall. For a big, intimidating guy, he's so cool. Thank you, Alex Ace. You're always so cool. And the Moondog didn't make a lot of fans out there. Yeah, he was rough to get along with, and I really appreciate that. He talked from the heart. He didn't care if anyone likes him. Thank you, Moondog. And if you wanted to hear basketball, I gotta say thank you. You know what? Who the heck would want to talk to me? But thank you anyway. So if you want to see those interviews, you want to see my documentary of the San Jose Taco and Margarita Festival. I think there's one going down in Sacramento. Check that out. I'm too broke to, drive all the way down there. Plus, I need some rest. I'm tired of my own self. All right, so that's the thank yous. Thank you, Joe. I lost my towel already. Let's get to some basketball. All right. I got all these notes here. The more I prepare, the more frustrated I get with myself because I have ADHD. But you know what? I'm going to power through. That's what you do. You know what? Things always going to be perfect. That's part of the show. A man's got to power through. Step 1, soak in the joy. Drink in the glory. This was one of the most enjoyable championship experiences I've ever had. I'm a big-time Warrior fan. Obviously, Giants and 49ers. And the playoffs stress me out. I don't enjoy the games. I'm not having fun. I'm stressing out. I don't bite my nails, but whatever the equivalent of that is internally, I'm just going nuts. I'm cursing. I'm moving like this. But this was fun, though. The Warriors, they were just a fun team to watch it develop over time. And I want to say, I'm going to call out my bad. And I'm not sure I was totally wrong. You've probably heard this before. On March 20th on my show, after I think it was a loss to the Spurs, I was complaining that the Warriors were missing some toughness on the roster. And it's not that Steph, Clay, and Dre aren't tough. It's not that Looney was having a great season. I thought the Warriors were missing another guy who's going to give you an elbow, like when they had David West, or even a Zaza, or even a JaVale McGee. 5 minutes of go a little crazy, some dunking, some rebounds, just to give Steph and Clay and Dre enough juice down the end to take you home. They just need some guys to get in there pound the boards, be a little rough. Because over the long haul of the NBA season, you're just going to get tired. And I thought it was a mistake to rely on Wiseman. He was a young guy. Was he 20? Like, what do you know? You're still learning. I'm still learning. I'm an old man. I'm still learning, right? And Looney, he played every single game. What a season. Why wear this guy out? And I said on May 7th, I said, the Warriors could win the title, but it's just going to be, of course they could win. It's just going to take big time effort throughout the playoffs. The playoffs are a month long, okay? The Warriors went against Nikola Jokic, MVP. They went against John Morant, most improved player. What a pain. And that Grizzlies, just a team, a roughneck team. They call it the dark side for a reason. You didn't have to kill Gary Payton II, by the way, but they're a tough team. Who else they played? I'm missing the guy, the Mavericks. But they played all the top players, and it was just going to be a grind, okay? I'm missing Luka. How can I forget Luka Doncic, right? But I gotta give the Warriors credit. What got them this title? All phases of the game. I got to make a list. It's on the list. I'm organized in a disorganized way. It was, first of all, putting the pieces together. And it starts with Steph Curry. And another time, I'll go into where he stacks with the greats. Is he more talented than Kevin Durant? Hell no. Or is he? He has a talent of shooting. He has a talent of getting along with other motherfuckers. That's a big deal, right? But can you build a championship franchise, a multi-championship franchise around one player? Steph Curry, yes. It's built around Steph Curry. And you got interchangeable pieces that can be coached. You had to have the coaching, making the right moves at the right times, and the players' willingness to execute, and the major thing, effort. Coaching, having the right pieces, effort of the players, for belief. This team believed. All right? So I'm just going to break down. I just want to break down what the Warriors did. They never had that in a player, in the form of a player that's going to give them 5 minutes a half of some rebounds, some toughness, to take some pressure off of Steph Curry and Draymond Green, who both got hurt, by the way. And to be fair to myself, it was a good point. Steph Curry and Draymond Green got hurt at the end of the season because they're just putting in too many damn minutes. They're too damn old. You know, I believe they'll take it to the house, but you know what they did? They toughed it the hell out. All the Warriors, they put in effort on the boards. They looked, in March, they looked a little lackadaisical. Draymond Green just wasn't healthy. But damn it, they all toughed it out. Kevon Looney had a hell of a game of 22 rebounds. In the finals, Andrew Wiggins had games of 15 and 16 boards. But I want to address the finals since, you know what? This is the end of the season to make sure I have enough time. I was hearing a lot of things that the Celtics weren't for real, that they choked. I didn't believe that at all. So I just kind of went down, analyzed the game just a little bit. I just think the Warriors' effort beat them. I thought the Celtics were a good team. I was, after Game 3, I was concerned to see if the Warriors had a game plan to counter the Celtics. I thought this particular series came down to coaching and having the players to execute the game plan. I always forget, Ime Udoka was fantastic early, and Steve Kerr had a counter, and the Celtics just couldn't counter the Warriors. So I'm gonna break it down as I bask in the glory. Game 1, Celtics win 120-108, and I believe this game went the opposite of what I believed would go. I thought Steph Curry could have a series like Tatum actually did, and the Warriors could win, and Steph Curry could be the MVP. What I mean by that specifically, Steph Curry can not put up great stats, but share the ball, just be solid shooting, and the other guys, the other Warriors, would do enough to help them win, and we would all see that. Steph Curry would be the MVP because it's kind of owed to him now, right? Just like you would see, he's obviously the reason why they're there, on top of all the rest of the guys being good. But Steph Curry, he's the big cog, okay? But what happened was the opposite. I thought the Celtics were going to blitz Curry and make the other Warriors beat him. Klay Thompson is coming off an 2 injuries, 2 years of being off, right? And he's still kind of hot. Klay's always been kind of hot and cold, but I think I thought that they were gonna make the other guys beat him, but they didn't. They were brilliant. Steph Curry started the 21 points in the first quarter. I thought, as amazing as it was to watch, the Celtics came back, and at that time, none of the Warriors got in rhythm. And who was in rhythm were the Boston Celtics, because in Game 1, Tatum, only 12 points. Everyone's giving a hard time, but he had 13 assists. The Celtics had 33 assists. 30 is the magic number if you're a Warrior fan. That's the Warrior. 33 assists is the magic number for Warriors winning, right? The Warriors never got to that because the Celtics were that good. The Warriors in the whole finals never had a 30-assist game. Not one. So the Celtics defense was for real, and it was for real in Game 1. Curry was doing Curry. No one got in rhythm, and it was a little bit worrisome. All right, it was a little bit worrisome. Game 2 in San Francisco, and I also want to say it is fair to say that the Warriors had a little bit of rust, and the Celtics kept it that way. The only guy who had any chance to get in rhythm was Curry, because they made sure the others, Udoka, made sure the others wouldn't beat him. Great strategy. And I thought the Warriors were making a mistake by putting all the pressure on Tatum. I want to say Al Horford, 26 points, bombing threes, remember. White, bombing threes. The Celtics shot 52% from three-point land in Game 1. So, I mean, that's a ridiculous number, but if you leave guys wide open, and they're going to make it, if you let guys get confident, especially Horford, he's a 34-year-old veteran, he's tall, he's going to make them. And Devin White, he came into the league with some reputation, but he can definitely hit wide open shots if you let you put it in his head. So this is where the coaching came in. Steve Kerr comes in, switches it up. I want to just look at Tatum's numbers. He had 28 points. He only had 3 assists in Game 2. 107-88 Warriors. The Celtics cooled down a little bit, 40%, which is still tremendous from three-point line. The Warriors started concentrating on the other guys. Steve Kerr, in the chess match, evens it up. And I'm sorry, I'm watching. Someone just went deep for the Giants. Longoria! He's back. Game 3, you're going to Boston. You got to expect an avalanche. Celtic brought that. F you, Draymond. That was great. Good for you guys. But again, Tatum, 26 points, 9 assists. Moving the ball. Whoever shared the ball in the series, I'll say when the Celtics shared the ball, they had 28 assists in this game. They beat the Warriors. Warriors did kind of make a comeback. 116, 100. Curry had 31. So, I mean, but this is where the blitz came. The Celtics gave massive effort at home, up 2-1. 47-31 on the board. Celtics won. 52-26 in the paint. The Celtics just came on fire. They out-toughed the Warriors. They believe there. Okay? Game 1, you got to expect the Celtics to come out strong. Game 2, you got to expect the Warriors to come out strong. They don't want to go down 2-0. Game 3, of course, Celtics going to come right in. Everything kind of went the way you would expect it to go. But boy, the Celtics really came in and crushed the Warriors, brought in that effort. 43-31. Like I said, on the boards, that tells you they're hustling. Numbers don't tell everything, but that tells you that's who is in there just being aggressive. 52-26 in the paint. Celtics were aggressive. All right. Game 4, legendary. You're going to remember it for 43 by Steph Curry. What a legendary game. But this is where Steve Kerr and his staff deserve all the credit. In the Memphis series, after the Warriors got totally waxed by, it seemed like 50. Draymond Green, Iguodala, the Warrior vets basically said, we want Looney to start. He did 22 boards. Warriors were on the way since. They kind of blew past the Mavericks right into the finals. Great move. But the Warrior coaching staff, and I guess I'll bring this up after. The starting lineup had been Looney at the 5, Draymond, Wiggins was excellent, Clay, and Steph, okay? Until Game 3 of the finals, Warriors counter the aggression, getting killed on the boards. The Warriors counter that by going smaller with Otto Porter Jr., who'd been fantastic. They counter. This is a counterintuitive move. This is the genius of Steve Kerr and the Warriors and the players willing to make a sacrifice. Looney had been a huge reason why the Warriors got that far in the first place. He's probably going to get paid. Looney was fantastic. But the Warriors decided to go small. Draymond Green, Otto Porter Jr. at the 4, Wiggins, Clay, and Steph. Warriors win. Game 4, 107-97. Steph Curry, 43, 10 boards. 43 points, 10 boards. Wiggins, 17 points, 16 boards. And Tatum was not, Tatum's not a bum. He had a bad scoring first game and a tough last game in the finals. This guy was good. He was 23, 11 boards, 6 assists. This guy's a bum. He's fine. But the problem was the Celtics didn't get the ball around. They only had 22 assists. And what the Warriors did, and I got to give credit to this move, and I got to say, too, Otto Porter Jr. had been hot early for the Warriors. He was countering Horford and White, their threes in the first couple games. Otto Porter did not have statistically as good a series after this move, but it helped the Warriors, okay? But it was a right move to guard their perimeter defense. That and the emergence of Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II was fantastic. Wiggins, 16 boards in this game. Curry, 10 boards in this game. Steph Curry is going to get all the credit for 43, and he should damn get it. It it rocked Udoka and the Celtics world. They didn't know what to do. You can't let a guy go for 43. In my opinion, maybe he should have stayed with the strategy because at this point, no one was hot. Otto Porter was okay. Wiggins had 17 here. But, Clay's coming back from an injury. He's hot and cold. Sometimes Clay will just take a shot like the old Clay, and he'll brick. And it was kind of it was hurting us at some points, right? The defense wasn't hurting us. The effort, the Warriors stick together in effort. That's one of the many things that got them this damn championship. That's why I don't sweat anyone talking about the Warriors paying for a title. I talked about Wiggins before, and we got that guy 3 years ago. I don't even damn what people say. Show me the money, I'll take it. I've been through the tough times. Two things happened here. The Warriors went small, but they hustled up. Big-time game on the boards for Curry and Wiggins. Career high for Wiggins in the finals. They went smaller. They increased their effort. They didn't need the roughneck player. The guys who should have been tired stepped it the hell up. And Looney, instead of pouting for getting benched, Kerr subbed him in and out for Draymond. Offense for defense. All right. He never put the big stats after this moment, but he was really important, and it gave it spread out their it gave the Warriors better floor spacing. This maneuver, putting Porter out there, but throughout the game, Draymond starts, and you got another reliable big man with Looney throughout the game. So you're never on the court without Looney or Draymond. And this stuff, the Warriors got their asses smashed on the boards and in the paint. Okay, and then Steph Curry was a phenomenon in Game 4, 43. Now this was maybe the move that didn't quite work. Game 5 in San Francisco, Chase Center. Warriors win. Here's the thing. 18 assists for the Celtics. They stopped sharing the ball. But the main thing is, even though Steph Curry had 16 points, he had 8 assists and 4 boards. The Celtics tried to blitz him, and the rest of the Warriors got in a rhythm. And Gary Payton scored 15. Poole hit a big shot. He never quite got hot, but he had his moments. What Poole does for the Warriors is important. It gives someone to take the ball to the rim. The Celtics defense is damn good, okay? The Celtics have a damn good defense. But in Game 5, this was the turning point where I think Ime Udoka panicked. You have to do something with Curry. He put 43 in the Boston Garden, or the Titty Gardens, what do you call them? In the Titty Gardens. But I think you might have been better off sticking with his original game plan, letting the other Warriors beat him. But what are you going to do? It's Steph Curry, right? But I have to add this point where Steph Curry was coming off a foot injury, a foot injury, and you didn't know how he was going to come back. Before the 46, he had a foot injury. He's probably saying that foot injury is bullshit. But either way, I'm not gonna put the guy down. I'm not gonna put the Celtics down at all. I thought they were hella tough, and it's like, what do? You're going to let Curry beat you now that he's hot? He already proved he could do it. Or let the other Warriors get in rhythm. The other Warriors did get in rhythm. Wiggins in this game, 26 and 13 boards. He was phenomenal. Steph Curry, like I said, missed 9 threes. He was going for that record. Missed them. They almost kind of blew the lead in that one. Warriors only shot 22.5%. Celtics shot 34, but you knew they were going to stay at 50. This was a Game 5 at home for the Warriors. Hey, they did it. I thought the 43 from Curry just changed the series in the way Ime Udoka thought the Celtics should guard. And again, I want to bring up Tatum's stats. 27 points, 10 boards, 4 assists. He's got that long stroke from downtown. They act like this guy's a bum. It's just like you think the Warriors aren't trying to guard him, right? But it was at this point, and like I said, in Game 1, the Celtics had 33 assists. In Game 3, when they won, the Celtics had 28 assists. Game 5, when they lost, 18 assists. Steph Curry didn't do a damn thing. I think Udoka chased his tail. He was great. I called it the whole time. This guy is a hell of a great coach, and so was Eric Spoelstra. I think he's damn good. I mean, what a choice. You let Steph Curry freaking go nuts and put you to sleep, right? Thought you that going to happen, so he had to do something. But he had to take a gamble and not let the other Warriors get hot. No one really did get hot. Klay Thompson, but the guys who did get hot were Jordan Poole a little bit. He kind of got it. Jordan Poole, I want to give that guy credit too. He was just lost on defense, but you know what? He stuck in there. His OG teammates had the balls to tell him what time it was. And Gary Payton II, he saved the series with putting the more minutes he had as another perimeter defender to stop that three-point barrage the Celtics were putting on him. And again, Porter and Looney, neither of them had as good of stats individually after Game 4. So their stats are just not that good. I want to talk about some other things, but they did it for the team. Neither of them, Porter was shooting fantastic, but he spread the floor. They did team things to win the team title. That's why the Warriors are the world championship. Or what? Anyone remember by Leandro Barbosa? We're going to be championship! Hell yeah. We were on our way. I mean, that was it. There was this, once the Warriors, other guys, got in rhythm, the young guys got confidence. The confidence was all on the Warriors side in Game 6. But you know what? Boston started out with a barrage. They came on fire, and they were up 11-0 or something like that. And the Warriors had that tremendous 21-point run, ridiculous. In this game, that's what everyone remembers about Tatum. 13 points, 7 assists, 3 boards. The Celtics did have 27 assists. It was just the Warriors' time. Warriors just powered through them. The smaller Warriors, 50-36 in the paint. And I thought Robert Williams was having a block party in Game 6. Celtics ended up having 8 blocks. The Warriors ended up having 7. They were in there fighting for the boards. So there it is. I mean, the Warriors just hung in there. Steph Curry, another big game, another 30-point game. I think the series went on. Coaching and the strategy of both teams. That's why I thought Steph Curry might not have a big series. The strategies that worked for both teams was keeping the other team, the ancillary players, from having big games. I just want to point out again, the games that the Celtics won, 33 assists, 28 assists, and they did well when Tatum shared the ball. And when they were confident, but they were done. When Steph Curry hit that damn 43, you had to do something. I'm not going to criticize the Celtics. I thought they were tough. They played clean, except for you think Horford tried to mess up Curry's ankle on purpose, whatever they were hustling. It's just the Warriors, they're like an amoeba. They're like evolving. They evolve through, and the Warriors players, they were able to. They had more confidence in each other. They had strength in numbers. They were able to adapt. Porter, and Looney. Looney, think about this. If he doesn't start in Memphis after the Warriors get whooped on and get the 22 boards, they're not even in there. Again, the opposite history. Pivotal. Game 4. Warriors get crushed on the boards. What's the number? I lost the page. Warriors get crushed on the boards in the paint. They go smaller. Looney doesn't get to start, but you know what? What's going to start happening? His pay is about to go way up. And that's the breakdown of the finals. Warriors are adaptable. They play as a team. And Steph Curry, where does he go down with the greats? I don't know. Would I take him 1-on-1 against Jordan? Hell no. Or Kobe? But you know what? He's got the guts. I put some money on him. If you could put five guys around Steph Curry and make them world champions. You know why? It happened 4 times. It happened 4 times. So yeah, he's right there. I don't know where I'd rank him. We'll do that another time. But in my opinion, it's not one-on-one wrestling. It's not boxing. It's not tennis. You got 5 guys. Your franchise player. Can you get 4 other guys, a whole franchise, to follow this one dude and sacrifice for that person? Why does Draymond want to sacrifice? Go back and forth with Looney. Die on the floor, get injured. Klay Thompson, why does he want to come back? Iguodala, why does he want to come back? Steph Curry is a cool guy. That's what it is. He's one of the top guys. All right, what's next thing I want to talk about? This is what happens when I prepare. I should just wing it. All right. I do want to talk about Kevin Durant. A lot of bad talk about Kevin Durant. In my opinion, I got no problem with Kevin Durant as a Warrior. 3 years. He gave us 2 titles and a torn Achilles. What the hell more do you want? He just wasn't happy. He just wasn't happy here. All right? And could the Warriors have won without him? This season is a lot like the season, as far as key free agents leaving, is a lot like the transition the Warriors were making when they're going to lose Harrison Barnes and Andrew Bogut. Okay, let's get in the DeLorean, hit the flux capacitor, go back in time. Warriors win 73. LeBron James jumps over Draymond Green. Draymond Green hits him in the balls. He's suspended. Bogut gets hurt again. Warriors going into a season, key free agents, Andrew Bogut and Harrison Barnes, who were key cogs to this machine. All right? Make sure you don't miss anything here. What did I say here? All right. As much as I like Harrison Barnes, as much what I like about Andrew Bogut, that big Aussie, if you were going to get in a fight, you know you were going to win. They had it. People didn't want to admit it. Dude was tough. Same with Zaza. Same with David West. Warriors don't really have that kind of guy right now. But he, in a key moment, if him or Draymond would have just been there to give the Warriors, give Steph something. All right? In a team, you fill the gaps in for each other. Steph's a tough guy. He had 10 boards. You can't move him on the block. Like Al Horford, he couldn't just back him down. You need some moves. You need a dream shake. You need a hook shot. You can't just back him down. Steph is tough, but he's only 6'3". All right? You need the big guys in there. Warriors were losing Bogut. You just can't sign him. What are you going to do? And Harrison Barnes, he wanted some buku dinero. Harrison Barnes is a nice guy. He's what the Warriors needed, a slasher, a shooter. But you know what? His defense didn't quite cut the mustard. And sometimes he kind of disappeared. Sometimes we need to be a little bit more aggressive. What the Warriors needed was like a Wiggins gives them right now. Exactly what, to give them some defense, some rebounding, some timely shooting. Kevin Durant, they needed a small forward, a slasher, because at the time the Warriors had Steph Curry. That was the only guy who could take it to the rack. That was it. They had Steph Curry, the only one to take it on the rack, and if he's going to get all the attention, that's not Klay Thompson's game. It is Draymond's game to a degree, but he just, he's not going to shoot it. He's not a. When's the last time you see him go cross someone up? He's great on the break. They needed another guy who could get to the basket, to create a little havoc. Kevin Durant was that guy. He was perfect. He was a perfect fit. And just like it was then, it is now. I don't know if I'll get time to talk about free agents, but you think about right now, Looney's a free agent. How much are you going to pay for him? I don't know. $8 million? Something to pay 12. We got to match that. We need Gary Payton II. Like I said, if he doesn't give us that perimeter defense, we're not going to win this championship. The Celtics are shooting high 40s, 50% early. You need guys like that who, they weren't worth a lot, but when you're a championship team, your price goes up, just like Harrison Barnes' price went up, and Boga's price was kind of going up. So you needed someone to fill those shoes. You're going to lose your ancillary players because they're going to go for a high price. So to resolve that issue, well, damn, Kevin, it's right there. He could do a lot for your team. Everyone knew it was Steph Curry's team. There's an old series called the Green Hornet. And his partner was Kato, and it was damn Bruce Lee. Green Hornet was bad, but everyone knew it was about Bruce Lee, Kato. So at the time, hey, Steph Curry's like, hey man, you can play the Green Hornet. But the Warrior fans knew, like, go ahead, Green Hornet, yeah. Steph Curry was always that Bruce Lee. And Kevin knew it. And the way me and my friends talked about it, my fam were like, hey man, we just need Kevin to get us there, so take pressure off Curry's ankles so he stays healthy and can win the whole damn thing. And he did a great job. His defense was tremendous. He pouted a little bit. I think those games he didn't want to shoot as much. It's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, God bless him, very high maintenance, okay? The Warriors don't do high maintenance. They tried. All of them tried. But he just wasn't happy. But on the court, he was bad. Two championship MVPs. But he said it himself. When he came to the Warriors, he was out of the MVP business. Okay? We needed what he could do. We're losing the position we're losing. We picked up Zaza Pachulia the next year, but okay, he's a center. He played center. He was big and tough. He'll give you an elbow. He'll put his foot out to injure Kawhi Leonard. Great job. David West, he was good when he was good, but he's old. JaVale McGee, they'll give you 5 minutes of crazy, but you can't rely on that guy. That was just the best available free agent. The Warriors bagged him. And the rest of the Warriors were willing to take a secondary role, just like Bruce Lee was willing to take a secondary role. But everyone knew it was the damn Kato show, even though they gave Kevin top billing. They tried to tell him, but he knew in his heart he wasn't the guy, okay? But he was the guy. We watching this series, you don't win this series without this series. I'm trying to draw a parallel. You don't win these series without Gary Payton II, and he got knocked out against Memphis, okay? Or you may not win without Looney. You may not be in the games without Porter. So damn right we needed Kevin Durant. You need all your guys to show up. Damn right we needed them. LeBron James is a menace. A menace. Yeah, we needed him. Or we needed a small forward with his skill set. We got KD Light and Wiggins who did the job, but Wiggins wasn't that guy. Kevin played with heart here. He gave us his damn Achilles right in the finals. He came back. He knew he was going to get hurt. He was willing to make a sign and trade deal. Thank you, Kevin. I have no problem with you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. But you know what? I was tired of you, man. I was tired. Like, it just needed to go. It just needed to end. All right. On Kevin's end, Kevin's a smart guy. He sees that he's hurt. Warriors ain't doing nothing the next year. Warriors, the year Kevin Durant left, Warriors didn't do it. They were the worst damn team in the NBA. Steph Curry was getting older. He was tired. He was the only one healthy on Kevin's last year of the top guys, right? Klay Thompson, at that time, he only had a what do you call it? Not Achilles. He had the Achilles later, but he had the MCL, the ACL, right? So, like, okay, well, I'll go hang out with my other buddy and we'll get better. And it's, teams don't play team ball. It's usually a bunch of guys that get together and they can do one-on-one and they can win sometimes, right? This weird thing, it looked like it was a bad bet. He went off to do other things. The Nets looked good when Kyrie, Harden, and Durant were together. It just didn't happen a lot. And guess what? The Warriors parlayed. I said this before. I want to say it again. They parlayed D'Angelo Russell. They got Wiggins and picks. And Wiggins, he was okay. He was pretty good for the next couple of years. But he got even during this All-Star year when Klay Thompson came back, he kind of took a backseat. That's his personality. But damn, he showed up when we needed to. So yeah, we needed Kevin Durant, but we needed a damn replacement small forward, and he just fit in because we like Barnes with length. He's the best damn fit. If you look at plug in your center, Looney, Bogut, Pachulia, then you got Green, then you got Curry, and Klay. Probably aside from LeBron James. He's the best fit on the world. Of course, he fits in the damn. That's what the Warriors need. They need a flexible wing, a guy who can guard the big guys and on the Warrior defensive strategy. You need a long wing who can guard and shoot and penetrate. That's exactly what Kevin Durant was. The Warriors needed him. Thank you, Kevin. It's not a big deal. He just didn't like it here, and he was kind of annoying us. So. All right, it's like there's no hard feelings. He left it on the line. They tried their best in the relationship. It just didn't work out. They parted as they broke up, so it wasn't happy, but they broke up as good as they can. All right? He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy in the bed. That's it. That's all it was. And it wasn't a good bet because you got Steph's getting older. Guards don't last as long as Steph does, but power lasts longer than speed. So Steph Curry is very powerful. That's another thing. He bet wrong, but no, I don't hold it against him. You need every damn guy on your team in the championship. Kevin Durant was very, very important. They couldn't have won, but maybe they wouldn't have won without him, but maybe they could have won with somebody else. But you know what? I'm damn happy with God. I'm F the rest of the league. The Warriors were garbage. They didn't want us there. People were telling us we couldn't do it, so I don't give a damn. I'm happy we're stacked. And now what? This is the last thing I'll say. I'll break down the Warriors. I'll break down the free agency next show. I think we only got an hour. The last question is: did the Warriors shut everybody up with this World Championship, and namely Steph Curry with his Series MVP, his MVP at the NBA Finals? The answer is no. People are still talking. But you know what they did? The Warriors did enough, so they're not going to be bothered by the noise. And that's my tip to you, friends. Do what you do. You working for others, joy, Jesus, others, and you. That's the main thing. But do you serve God? Do what you got to do. People are still going to talk. The devil's little whisper is always whispering, telling God what you're doing. Trying to make you look bad, whispering in your ear, telling you ain't good enough. But do you. So even when they talk, the noise ain't going to bother you. And with that, this has been Gary Lamm. Main Event Mania. Warriors Review. Thank you again to all the people, all the wrestlers and talent who did interviews with me at the San Jose Margarita, Taco Fest, and Glam Reawakening. Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania. God bless you all. Keep it real. Keep it clean. Boom shakalaka! I can turn this thing off. I can't even remember. Bye.